Welcome to CAS 231 Desktop Publishing, Columbia Gorge Community College, The Dalles, Oregon, Mrs. Hewitt instructor. We are into week 4, and this video will walk you through week 4 requirements. Got your objectives in your video, and then your assignment directions for making a postcard this week. These might be good to print so you can check it off. Obviously, some are pretty easy, like choose your desktop software. You're going to try using Control-C and Control-V, or right-click and copy and paste. Copy with formatting with the Format Painter if there is one in your software, so you'll have to do a little investigating. Word wrap, that's going to be especially important especially if you copy and paste in, because otherwise you may find your words go straight across outside your text box and kind of disappear. So you're going to have to make sure things are word wrapping. Now, some programs are really good about automatically sizing and wrapping. Others, not so much. So you'll have to pay attention to that. You're going to be moving, resizing, and aligning objects as you create this. You'll open and modify a publication if you're using a template mostly, but you may close this and come back and open it and modify it some more because you may not do it all in one session. You will insert and format a photo or a graphic from your desktop. And to do that, you're going to want to go out and do a search. So we're going to talk a little bit about postcards in general before we go there. Most of us know what a postcard is. It's got a front, it's got maybe some text on the back, and it's got a place to mail. Those are pretty common looking postcards. However, the one link you're going to run into is this one, and it's a little bit different than what we think of, or at least what I think of, as a postcard. It's not designed to be mailed. It has a front and it has a back. Yes, it includes the information for this particular dental office, but it doesn't have a mailing option on it. It's not designed to be sent. So why would somebody create one of those? Well, it might be a case that they're going to go to a health conference or a health fair, and they want to just pass them out to people. No use mailing them if you're going to hand them to them, and no use wasting that space if your whole intent is just to hand this to people. Maybe they're going to have them out in medical offices or something like that. Maybe it's a card that was made by a college for registration, and they have them around on bulletin boards and in different offices, and instructors have them to pass out to remind students when they need to register or apply for graduation or whatever the information pertains to. So there are a couple of different types of cards that can be done. And when you do your text document, I want you to address type of cards and why you picked that type of card in your creation of this postcard. So we've now kind of checked off postcards. So how do I insert a graphic? I'm going to go out here. I'll do a Google search. We'll stick with the dentist theme. I really would rather have a clip art than somebody's, big picture. So look, I got all those. The other thing is I can go to images, and then this one says royalty free, which means that technically I probably don't have any problem with using those on whatever I want to. Now, with college work or even K-12 work, in the education field, we have a lot more leeway for what we use. So if you use something that looks like it probably is copyrighted, that's going to mean that you need to put that on your text document. You're going to need to add that source, but we can use it in a classroom situation. If you were actually creating this at your job and you were going to really pass it out to people, you need to make sure you have copyright free. In other words, it does not have a copyright on it. It's a royalty free, open use, common source, some of those different types of images, whether it's a picture or a clip art type graphic, just to make sure that you don't have copyright issues. So I got to this little graphic guy. We're going to use him. There's a couple of ways. I can visit, I can save, I can view saved, I can share. Those are not what I'm really looking for. I am going to just simply right click on a PC. Now, I'm not sure quite how it does it on a Mac, but I want to go save image as. I should have probably a folder for my class. I can put it in week 4 and save it. In my case, I don't have a folder for my class. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Now, if I had to get the copyright information right here, if I click on that, it will take me to the website, allow me to right click and copy the URL, and I can go down to a Word document and put that in. So we kind of went over that a little bit. Let's get back to our directions. You're going to save with a name that makes sense. So if it's a dental one, you're going to say dental postcard, or you might just call it a postcard. You're going to need to put some captions. So under a picture or under some information, you're going to need to create a caption. And of course, you're going to want to be checking your spelling as you go. Watch capitals, things like that as well. So you're going to choose your software, start with a blank page or a template. So you must have it set up. You must have a block of text with subtitles, not super long sentences. It could be a call to action or informational, or it could be like the dental ones where we saw they had, little information about the dental situation. You're going to do the graphic, a logo, or a photo. You're going to format it with a border or change the text. And of course, you're going to use your text document to cite your sources if you need to. Now, I did not because I took a clip art and I took it from royalty free. Colors that complement each other, contact information, return address, depending on which type of card you're doing. If you're doing a true postcard, then it's going to be a return address. If you're doing more of an informational postcard, then it's going to have the contact information. You're going to use the techniques listed in the objectives. You're going to save it, obviously with an appropriate name, and upload it. And then you're going to check out these 10 links. Now, I would start with this, so I might even move that towards the top so you don't get down here and find it at the end. And you're going to have to copy and paste that probably. You may be able to, sometimes I can get it to hover, but I think copying and pasting is going to be your easiest way. And just open a new tab and paste it in. And it will take you out to this dental one, which gives you some ideas of things to think about. And those, actually, there are 13 of them. There are 10 kind of required. There are 13. And when you go back to doing yours, what you will do is you will go in there and you'll explain to me which 3 you really focused on as you put your postcard together. That will be part of your text document that goes with this. There's some postcard information provided, again, just giving you some ideas of how to do it, how to design a postcard, some links to how to do it in different software. Again, you can use YouTube to find more information on your specific software. These are tutorials for desktop publishing software. Again, it's sort of if you need it. There's also a book on reserve at the Columbia Gorge Library, Columbia Gorge Community College Library. If you go in and ask for the book that's on reserve for CAS 231, they should be able to provide you with a publisher's book if you're using Microsoft Office's publisher program. You cannot check it out and take it with you, but you can sit and use it there. And I may be adding some more suggested books that may be helpful if you're using Publisher to the course shell. I'm in the process of previewing some possible options for us. This is going to be your document upload. So again, you'll go in here, you'll upload your document, your postcard, and you'll do your text for your text document, and you will upload that. Your journal, again, after you've completed some of your materials, then you're able to do that. and your forum for the week and your forum reply. And that should get you through week 4.